Let's quickly dive into some of the key terms and their definitions. So one term that gets thrown around a lot is impressions. So every time the ad shows, so for an example here, asos.com is showing, au.shein.com is showing, they both get one impression, and every other ad on this page gets one impression. Now if I refresh this page, because the ad is shown again, that's a second impression. And then if I keep doing that, that's a third impression. But as you'll notice, the Shein.com isn't shown here. And if it is shown at the bottom of the page, then that's a third impression for that ad. So impression is every time your ad is shown on a specific on to a user. Now that's the first one, the impressions. Then you have CPC, which is cost per click, which means if I click this ad here on asos.com, how much is asos.com going to pay for that click? Because Google is managing this ad through the Google Ads interface, ASOS is going to pay a fixed amount, pay a certain amount. So, if I click here, it could either be $5, could be $6, could be $7, depending on how much ASOS is bidding for various clicks for various terms. That's the cost that they'll pay per click. So if I click, what is the cost? And that's the cost per click, that is CPC. So it's also called CPC, thrown around a lot. And the final one, apart from impressions and cost per click, is the click-through rate, which is CTR. So if I am viewing this, if I refresh this page 100 times, or let's say if 100 people view this ad and only 2 people click this ad out of those 100, then the click-through rate on this ad is 2%. So it's the number of times the ads have showed and the percentage of people that have clicked through on the ad itself and landed on the landing page, which is basically the click-through rate. So 3 things you got to know: impressions, every time your ad shows, and the number of times the ad shows, the number of impressions. CPC, which is the cost per click, which is if I click this ad, how much is ASOS going to pay for that click. And CTR, which is the click-through rate, is the number of people that click through an ad, depending on how many times it's shown. So if it's shown 100 times and 2 people click it, that's a 2% CTR.